bad. We're recording.
Let's do it!
Huh? I'm gonna wreck it.
Is it a Wreck-It Ralph thing?
No, I'm just gonna ruin the podcast.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Are you ready?
Well, ruining the podcast is pretty easy. So,
Why does Chris
remember
suck?
last week's? They got all chopped up.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had to stop 3 times. Now, I was listening to a podcast today, and happy to hear that they've had similar problems. They've actually had to restart their podcast like 3 times. So we're not alone in this mess.
Yeah, we are.
Are you ready?
Welcome to Day 1 Patch. This is episode 57. Climbing up there. Viewers trailing. Listeners.
We're getting old.
We're getting real old.
Listener discretion is advised.
That's 57 weeks. That's a pretty long time we've been doing this. Tim, you gotta share this. You gotta get this out.
Do I?
Yeah.
Tim's too old for this crap.
You all need to share it. Everyone needs to share it.
It's true.
Marty, you share a couple times. Proud of that.
Thanks, man.
Twitter my
I try.
Facebooks.
We need to put a picture of some boobs or something on our YouTube channel, and there goes the views. Right?
No, I don't want to get views that way.
I don't mind.
Anyway, I'm Ryan Johnson. That over there, Tim Spence,
Always.
our guest for tonight.
I remain.
You might remember him. He's been on a couple episodes
Unfortunately.
throughout the year.
I think I've ruined like 4 of them now, I guess.
Ruined them. Matt Lawrence,
Oh,
resident tech expert.
good stuff.
Marty Isaacs, name pending.
There you go. I like
Every
that one.
week, yeah.
I like that one.
Last time
For
I was
4
here,
weeks.
we still didn't have a title for Marty.
I prefer mobile app editor,
I think
But you
title,
don't- I don't
I think
think you-
title pending is a good enough
but I don't
title.
think you like that because it ties you to mobile apps. Even though that's your main segment, that's what you're famous for, Marty.
Here we go.
Is that what it is?
That's what you're famous for, yeah.
So
People come to Day 1 Patch to hear apps with Marty.
The world-renowned Marty
That's why
Isaacs.
Tim is here.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So name pending it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll think of something. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Some of our top stories. So if you keep listening past this gorgeous intro,
Do you ever say your name?
I did say my name.
Did he?
I said I'm Ryan Johnson. And that's Tim Spence.
Oh,
It's true, he
okay.
did.
Went right to Tim Spence.
We'll flash back. We'll edit that in post.
I don't do any editing.
All right,
I
forget that.
I move some stuff around, pretend like I'm doing stuff. Some of the top stories we got coming up. We got some free-to-play news, some more views on free-to-play. It's a pretty hot topic. I think we discussed it last week. Talked about our views on free-to-play. Legendary Halo composer. Got some news about him. That's Marty O'Donnell, so that's coming up. Some kind of weird Activision news. We'll get into that later. It involves the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game. Some Oculus Rift news and much more. So stay tuned for all that. We're going to start off with what we're playing. Some of Tim. Since you're
Drum roll, please.
here,
Yep, I'm here.
you're going first.
Unfortunately, again.
Well, you're here as well. Shouldn't you go first then?
No, I'm always here, but since you're here,
I see.
you see that?
Special case.
Yes,
Yeah, I got you.
you're first.
Okay.
I've never gone first for what I'm playing.
Okay. So what's the question?
What are you playing?
Recently, I've been playing Diablo 3 again.
After the updates,
decided
did
to
you
go
get the
back.
expansion?
Not yet.
Ah.
I'm playing through deciding whether it's worth it or not. What is it now? $40, I think, for the expansion?
Yeah.
I'm not sure the price. 40 bucks?
I always confuse it with Warlords of Draenor. Blizzard always, I don't know. They just kind of mishmash into one giant mess these days. But, yeah, no, it's fun. I played it on release day, and I thought it was quite boring. Then again, I never played the first 2. That was...
Which people say are better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Those were games that my friends played, but I never got into them. But now I would say the action RPG genre is probably one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun. I like the fact that they've scaled up all the loot dramatically, so if anything drops, it's worth looking at.
Because it's for you now, right? It's
Exactly.
for your class.
It's the smart loot system or whatever they've designed to coin it, where...
I've never understood why they give you random crap in the first place that doesn't even have any relation to you. Is it
Because
just to
it's easier
sell,
to
I
code.
guess?
It's easier to code.
Well, it's supposed to promote trading.
Yeah. If you found a legendary that was good for a witch doctor and you're playing a wizard, then obviously you're going to put it on the auction house, which no longer exists, and try to get some in-game gold for it, right?
With my like top tier gear, I usually like stash it away and don't do anything with it.
It's true.
I just like having it, like knowing I have it.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
Like if you find a legendary item that's for like a level 14, and you're just like, I'll just hold on to it.
Have you ever gotten like the pre-order bonuses or like bonuses where you Mass Effect comes to mind.
Okay.
If you played the demo, you could unlock Shepard's armor in
like playing
Dragon
a beta?
Age.
Oh, like cross-game stuff for the
Yeah.
developers. Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur did the same thing.
That's
with,
right.
With Mass Effect, you could get it was called Shepherd's Armor. It was like military. It was futuristic style medieval armor.
But the thing I found weird about that is, like, sure, the armor's good when you're starting the game.
For when you start,
but you
yeah.
instantly move
Well, that's
past
the idea,
it.
right? It's the idea that, oh, look, as soon as you start, you get this cool armor. It's obsolete immediately, but it's a hook to get the game.
And see, what I do with that
That's the
stuff
point.
is once I don't need it, once it's useless to me, I put it in a little storage case,
It's
and I just leave it there.
Yeah, it's easy or I find it more fun, I guess, in games like Skyrim, where you've got mannequins that you can put it on, so you can like,
Yeah.
display it, because it
Yeah.
still looks cool. Maybe it doesn't have good stats, but at least it's kind of cool to look at anyway.
Or if you're in like an MMO, you could kind of like do that thing. where you-
Transmog,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yep. I did that when I used to play WoW since 2006 on and off, and I went back last year to play it, and that was when Mists of Pandaria was just kind of really in full swing, when they really started to patch it and polish it off. And I didn't really do any of the raids or anything. I got decent enough gear to be able to play with other people, but I spent pretty much all of my time running old raids to get old gear to transmog what I was wearing to the old
Oh,
stuff, because
yeah.
it looks better. I mean, anyway.
All right, Matt. I imagine you're playing something similar.
I've been playing Diablo as well. Also Titanfall though.
Mm.
But I just recently today actually just maxed my level out. I don't have the expansion, so I'm maxed out at 60 right now, but maxed my level out on my character.
What does the expansion raise it to?
70. Yeah.
70. Okay.
Yeah, and then gives you another act and some other like more end game features. Once you reach 70, gives you more stuff to do, like adventure mode and a couple other things.
Yeah, they really pushed for the replayability with that expansion.
For sure. So yeah, but yeah, I'm maybe gonna pick it up this weekend. I'm thinking I am, but I want to make sure that I am gonna continue to play it. So
And how's the Titanfall doing? You doing good in that? Like
Uh,
as a player, how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's because see the thing is with Call of Duty, it was kind of always rated in your kill death ratio, but now there are what's called minions, which are the AI players. Then there are Titan kills and player kills, so it's kind of like all over the map. So I might have like 10 deaths. I might have like 30 minion kills, like 8.
Yeah, so
pilot
they actually
kills
break it up in between
Yeah.
pilot kills and minion kills, right?
So it's all over the freaking place,
That's
right?
yeah.
But I'm pretty decent. I'm usually, if not in the middle, higher of the leaderboard.
So what's your view on the minion kind of deal? Like, do you think that's a smart move for them to put that in there?
It seems
they're
to me
pretty
to be free
useless.
experience.
They're pretty useless. You can pretty much just tear through them.
they're useless, but they kind of add a sense of
Scale?
like scale to the game, I guess you could say. But the only like they are pretty dumb, to be honest. Like they're not the greatest, but players I find kind of use them to mask themselves because it's hard to tell where a player is if they're not doing things like running and jumping on walls and stuff like that. Like I'll notice snipers will sit in a perch where there's a bunch of other minions just kind of standing around. So it's almost sometimes hard to see where the player is, especially if you're far away or if you're running around, right? You don't have time to like focus on what's going on. I think it's okay. I think that it would probably take away from the experience if they were gone, to be honest. So,
Well, I've been watching a lot of like people talk about it, and like even on like IGN and stuff, and they were saying that the game kind of makes it so you never feel like you lose. There's minions that you can easily kill, and then once your team loses the match, you have to get to that drop ship, and you can get out, you can get away, so you still feel like you win even though you've lost.
That sounds like today's gaming industry to me.
to be 100% honest, though, the chances of getting to
Wouldn't
that,
want anybody
But I
to feel bad.
But I feel like that keeps you in the game because Call of Duty you get frustrated because you lose,
That's
and you
true.
stop playing.
that's very true.
There should, well, I guess it's different in a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking games like Ninja Gaiden that are just unrelentingly.
Well, those are meant
difficult.
to be hard,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But you never get to that ship.
No?
Titan or enemies will just grab all their Titans, camp it, and then blow it up. And stuff like that. Like I've gotten to the ship 3 times.
I've watched some Let's Plays and people get to it all the time.
I normally see max like when I out of my 3 times of getting in there, I have been alone twice and with 2 other people once. So I'm not sure, but I mean it does make sense. Like I mean there are times where I'll be like I can't kill, like I keep getting killed by everyone, so I'm like screw it, and I'll just go into a building with a bunch of minions and just kill them all. So
Well, we need to find a PS4 to play, all 3 of us.
I agree
A
with this.
PS4 game, sorry.
I agree with this.
Marty, you need to get a PS4.
You want to buy me one? Yeah.
Day one patch cannot fund you a PS4.
Oh, that's unfortunate then.
Only if you get the listeners up. And we start.
That's a deal.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, Marty, what have you been playing on your last gen consoles?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Just assaulted the
There was
man.
such malice in that. Your last gen.
I have more
Dirty
games. I have more
casual.
games than you guys do.
Hmm.
I haven't been playing anything.
Oh, well, jeez.
Oh, sorry. A bit of Smash Bros. There was some Smash Bros. News, so it got me excited to play some Smash Bros. Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon a lot lately. That's about it.
Well, tell us about those deals you got on the PlayStation Store.
Oh yeah, today I went on the PlayStation Store on a whim, and they had a 99-cent deal for 30 games. I think there was available, all 99 cents,
Oh yeah,
except for one of them, which says $5.99.
The one that you wanted.
And it's Crash Bandicoot 3, the one game that I wanted out of the bunch. But I bought it. I bought Braid. I don't know how much these games are normally.
Braid's pretty cheap these days.
Yeah, I got Braid for 99 cents. I also got Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon, and the first Crash Bandicoot.
Man, those games are so old.
PS1.
Classics, man.
Yeah, I know.
I picked up Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Did you?
That's like a newer one though, right? That's not a PS1 game. That's a
It came out like last year.
Yeah.
really weird game out of Japan, right?
It's a weird game, but it's like 99 cents. I'll give it a try. So
Is there multiplayer?
don't know.
I think so, actually. I think
Should I get that and we'll play Tokyo
Yeah,
Jungle
do it.
together?
Do it up.
No. So next week, one of those games, and hopefully Crash Bandicoot 3.
Well, you know what? I haven't been playing a lot either. My PS4 has been pretty quiet except for Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna say watching the Netflix. There it is.
And because I've completed
Infamous.
Infamous, which was great. But other than that, I mean, there's not too much.
My PS4 has not been on for, is it 4 weeks or is it 5?
Probably 5.
That'll be 5.
Probably 5 weeks.
Mine hasn't been on since I beat Assassin's Creed 4.
You didn't buy anything else? You didn't invest anything else in it? You didn't get any of the free games that were...
No, I've gotten some of the free games.
Have you tried them?
Yeah. I've got Resogun. And
Resogun's
I got Don't Starve. It's...
You know, they're enjoyable.
Decent controls for the PS4. I was surprised. I prefer to play it on PC, but... I don't know. It was alright. Haven't come back to it, but... I don't know. I guess I would just rather...
Now, do you regret your PS4 purchase?
No.
Even though it's just sitting there?
I think it's better to have it because they're hard to come by.
Sell it.
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't have been remiss to wait a year and buy one then. But I don't know.
You have it now, and there's more games coming out.
I was really excited
right?
when it was coming out. I was planning on getting a lot of games, but then I was like, I just started playing more PC games, and then I got into the habit of not spending more than like $15 on a new game. And I've got like 90 games in my Steam library right now, so I've got to start working through that.
In that sense, I think Steam's kind of hurting the industry, lowering our expectation, or I guess lowering our expectations of what a game should cost.
It's true.
I went and bought 2 Lego Harry Potter games. It's like $5 each.
They were on Steam. Yeah, there was a big Lego game sale on Steam,
which was crazy. So I'm like, there's no excuse not to download these. Right. And I think it might hurt the industry in the long run.
It's possible.
Because even on their Steam sales, like 99 cents for like big AAA titles.
There's just as many people though that'll pay full price for a game as there are people like me that won't.
But even in I've been in EB Games where the EB Games people have like I've been like the people that work there have literally said like I've heard them say like, oh well, like, you know, I was trying to find something in store, like just talking to the employee, right? I was trying to find something in store, you know, it's really hard to come by, but then I just ended up buying it on Steam for like 99 cents.
And I feel like almost like the gaming community is kind of shrinking because people aren't buying new games and because they all want to talk with it with their friends about the game. And I think that's declining. So people are waiting for the price to lower to actually get it because they don't care about getting it day one to be in the loop of talking about it.
Well, the thing is with the games, right? They're all just digital, right? So it's not something physical that will degrade, right? Like it's just a snowball effect. As time goes on, there's just going to be more and more games. Like 10 years ago when we were younger, and because that's what happens in the past when you get younger, you only had a couple of games, right? So that's all you played was like the 5 games you had. Now I've got so many games in my Steam library, I literally could not name all of them. Mm-hmm. And I have yet to play, I'd say maybe a third of them. And then I've got all my N64 games still. I've still got all my GameCube games. I've got all my Xbox and Xbox 360 games. Like, I'm always going to have them. I'm not big on reselling them, or
Trading
them in, getting credit for them, and putting it towards something else. I'm not big on that because, like, obviously, if I bought it, then I want to have it. So, I don't know. I guess I'm not a very risky buyer with games. I don't just go out and buy a game on a whim. Just like, oh, this looks fun. Like, I'll actually want to play the game. I don't have too many games that I don't have much time in.
Well, in terms of the PS4 though, there are some games coming out for it. You got Watch Dogs coming out. You can pick that up for PS4?
Sometime down the line.
But are you gonna pick it up for PS4 or for PC?
Again, I'm still not.
You're not big on that.
I can't justify paying $40 even for it.
Whoa! Wow.
Just I don't know. It's
wait 4 years and then it'll be down to $10.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like,
see there, it's happening already. Right here.
Well, that's
Tim Spence.
That's me anyway.
All right. Let's move on to Apps with Marty.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is, so surprise us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This game, fresh onto the App Store, I believe. It's called Bike Assault. And I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty tiny game. I chose a tiny game because I'm still playing Locomotors from a few weeks back.
You're still playing it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which we talked about like 2 weeks ago, I think.
So that was a really good game, though.
Yeah, go check out Locomotors. It's freaking awesome.
Wow.
But Bike Assault is essentially a endless runner. Instead, you're on a little motorcycle and you're scrolling across the screen on a highway, and you're kind of chasing this, I think it's like a bank truck. And your little character, just a little badass girl with a ponytail and a leather jacket. She automatically shoots her gun at the truck when you're directly behind it. And money pops out, and that's how you build your score in this game. Basically, you just got to weave in and out of traffic and oil slicks and stuff like that in order to progress through the game. The controls are a little weird, though. It's a tilt-based controls. So tilting your device right or left, you're holding this sideways, by the way. Right or left will move your motorcycle forward and backward, and up and down will change lanes on the highway. It takes a little getting used to. I'm not a big fan of these controls, mainly because you have to move the screen, and it kind of shifts your field of vision. But I can't really imagine this controlling any other way. After a few deaths, you get kind of used to it, and it gets kind of addictive. There is a leaderboard. It just says World Leaderboard. I don't really know. But the scores aren't too high. My first run, I got like 40, and that's the amount of money you collected out of the back of the money truck. And like the high score is like 140. So it wouldn't be too hard to get good at it and be atop of the World Leaderboard. So Bike Assault, cute little graphics, easy game to make here. Go check out Locomotors.
There you go.
So I imagine Locomotors is better than this game.
Yep.
So is this a recommendation or is this?
This is a recommendation because it's free.
Okay.
Until you save up enough money to go buy Locomotors for like $2.
Yeah, you really can't say no to a free game.
Like, I can.
No, but I mean, like, not even just to try it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just saw this. And
it doesn't hurt you unless you have like a really tiny like data cap on your internet. All right. Thank you, Marty.
You're welcome. Apps with Marty. There we went.
So let's jump into our first story here. A bit odd. As you guys probably know, that video game movies are pretty bad most of the time. What? I think we've only had, I don't know, 2 good ones? Maybe.
I don't think we've ever had a good one. We have decent ones.
Tomb Raider was all right.
It was decent.
Decent, yeah.
Yeah, see? It was decent.
I hear that Prince of Persia wasn't too bad.
I heard it was.
It was pretty...
Something. It was something.
I don't
mind. It was a motion picture.
It was indeed a movie.
Yeah.
I don't mind the first Resident Evil.
Oh, man.
I don't think of it as Resident Evil.
Yeah, it seems separate, huh?
It's a bit disjointed.
Okay, so a professor from, and this is a pretty big, long title here, the cinema department at the Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Vancouver. His name is Kirk, and again, with the last names, or names in general on this show, I cannot pronounce. Kirk Geldson. Can you see that there, Marty? Wacky
I think
name
it's
it is.
Yeltsin or Yeltsin. Yeah.
Yeltsin.
It's a soft KNJ.
He said that games and movies are completely different animals. Basically, what he was getting at is that in a movie you have that basic 3-act structure, right? That's how all movies are pretty much formed. You can tell what part you're in because something happens in every movie. Games are a little different because they're longer, so you don't really have a 3-part structure in the storytelling. And also, you're in control of the character. He was saying, like, you choose who to shoot, you choose who to influence and stuff like that. You choose how the whole overall game works. So he's saying that doesn't translate over well into movies. And I just want to kind of get your guys' opinion on maybe why video games don't translate into movies very well.
Probably because it's people feel like they can't relate. When it's something as intimate as a game, as a media, which is something where the player is changing what's happening in the world. Like, it's their take on it. This is, like, what's happening is what they would do
even
in the situation.
in a linear story, though?
Yeah, even still. Like, let's take a game like Fable. Like, you can choose who to help, who to kill, that kind of thing, right? But it's still a linear story. You still go through the main quests as you do. You still fight Jack at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a movie, it's like you have to sit and watch. So you have this certain expectation of how the story's going to go, because you're like, oh, in this situation, I would have done this. But then something else happens, and then you feel disconnected from it, because you just have to sit there. When it's just a movie, like, say, if it's just The Lord of the Rings, you just accept what's happening because it's the only way you know it, unless you read the books. Probably bad
But
example.
what I find odd is that you basically have the same building blocks. You have a story you got to tell, and you have characters, both in games and movies. Why can't they just take the same characters and put them in a story? Why does it never turn out good?
I think it's just a matter of the disjointedness.
I kind of agree with that. 100%.
I think people just can't relate to it. People don't invest their interest into it.
I think one of the biggest problems is not big enough studios invest in video game movies.
It's probably
I think because
of their bad
they have
reputation.
yeah, exactly. They have a reputation of not selling well.
Somebody has to make a good video game
And
movie.
the directors are you don't got your Spielbergs or your Scorseses or your Abrams. You got none of those guys are doing them. But I think if one of them even attempted, it would actually be a decent movie.
Yeah, I think they
give it a shot,
they
maybe.
take the IP and just look at it in the most shallow way possible, the most Hollywood blockbuster summer movie way possible, and then just make it like that.
Mm-hmm.
They take liberties on the characters and everything and change them around. I don't know, and I don't want to see Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. I think that was an extremely bad choice as well.
I think the reason why Tomb Raider kind of worked was that it was basically a Tomb Raider game almost. You know?
Yeah.
They're going around the world doing stuff. It's just that's how it was.
Pretty much how it works.
There's nothing too wacky about the movie either. Like, I always feel like they'll go over the top with video game movies. You know, more so than they do in the game for some reason. Like, they just have to do it big and have some giant CG character for who knows what. So I just think it takes the right people. I just don't think the right people have done video game movies. Give it to Joss Whedon, see what he can do. You know?
Yeah.
I think he would respect the medium
Exactly.
a bit more, yeah.
Well, he was, or not Joss Whedon. Who was the guy that was supposed to take on the Halo movie? And he was
Peter
really,
Jackson.
his apprentice. What's the guy?
Peter Jackson's apprentice?
Yeah, or sort of his like spiritual successor.
I was gonna say his apprentice. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool if directors have apprentices.
Yeah, no, like his like the guy that it was kind of his like spiritual successor, I guess. I don't know, a younger guy who he took under his wing. He was a big fan of the Halo games. He really wanted to do it, but he just couldn't get the studios to work together.
Remember
That's why the
E3? They
Halo
were
movie
saying
didn't
that
happen.
Spielberg was supposed to do
He's
a
doing
Halo
a
TV
Halo
show.
yeah, series.
Yeah, TV show.
I think that's just slap the name on it. I think
Yeah,
that's all that is.
Probably.
What happened to that show?
Who knows? Who knows?
Oh.
I feel like there's a bunch at E3 that just never happened.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't
That's
have
every
the
year,
TV
though.
features here in Canada yet
Yeah.
What was for what?
for Xbox One. So who knows if like those episodes aren't on there somewhere?
Well, we would have heard about them.
Oh, that's true.
Pretty sure that would have
It
been.
would have
announced,
been pretty big news if Halo and Spielberg.
In
That's
other
pretty big.
news, that small franchise Halo is
Yeah.
put a show, whatever, it's back burner, whatever.
Yeah, so I think that's all I'd say about
Yeah,
that.
we'll see how this Assassin's Creed movie goes that they're making.
They already made one. I have it. It's really bad.
They're released on Blu-ray, right?
I have it on DVD.
We'll have to
Ooh.
watch it sometime. Sit down and watch it.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna be there.
And then Mass Effect 1. I think you have to have a better chance of making a good Assassin's Creed game than a Mass Effect.
Movie?
They could botch up Mass Effect pretty hard. Movie, yeah. What I think you need is a studio that's like Rocksteady for games, but for movies. You know,
They just have the passion there.
someone who has the passion to actually
Somebody who,
make a
like,
decent
everybody in that studio plays the video game and they love it.
Yeah, that's what you kind of need.
Because then they would all want it to be
Perfect.
like the game.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, let's move on. So we've talked about free to play a lot. I'm actually playing a free to play game right now, which is the Star Wars Team Assault, or Assault Team. Sorry, fun game. I love it. Can't get enough.
Is it because it's a good game, or is it because it's Star Wars?
Star Wars, man. It's probably Star Wars. I'll do anything for Star Wars.
Anything?
Yep.
I'll keep that in mind.
No, with limitations. Anyway, Candy Crush developer says that free-to-play microtransactions, he's saying that they're strong and it's definitely a much better model. This comes from King Games, that they're the developer. King Games Guru, Tommy Palm.
Is that a self-proclaimed title?
I don't know what that is. Tommy Palm, he thinks that all companies have to transition over to that. He also said, if you ask them about the long term, do you want to continue playing your favorite game for years to come? And the answer will be yes.
It's already like that.
Tim, do you want to play your favorite game for a long time? Forever?
Absolutely.
Okay. I guess free to play is your
All right, that concludes that.
is your way to go.
It has nothing to do with free to play.
Yeah. What does that have to do with the fact that a game is free or not? He's implying
He's
implying that
extends-
his games are
The
good.
microtransaction it continually produces money for the company to keep the servers
Yeah,
up.
it's true. But I mean, how many people with half a brain would consider Candy Crush to be their favorite game?
To be fair, he's just a Candy Crush dev.
True. But I mean,
I think people confuse success with what am I going for? Oh, success for being something that's actually good.
Yeah,
Success
just
is not
money.
always good.
If I made a game that did nothing but said hello to you repeatedly every 5 seconds, and I made $20,000 a day off of ads, I'm
That's successful, but it's not good.
It's not
Flappy
good.
Bird's a perfect example.
there you go.
Not a good game, but makes a buttload of money. You could consider a success. So I think they're confusing the success in quotations of free to play as being a good business model, and that's what it's all about. Though it is about making money. So if that's working,
I think
We're
the
gonna keep
problem is
seeing
that
this.
he's kind of lumping free to play all together. Like games like League of Legends are free to play, and that's a good game. It's a very solid MOBA style game, and it's good, but it's not on the same caliber as Candy Crush. Candy Crush is a game that you like keep in your pocket. League of Legends is a game that has substance to it. You sit down and you get good at it.
yeah.
Candy Crush is just mindless flicking on your touchscreen, right? So
And what about some like MMOs that are free to play though? Those are massive, good quality games.
some of them, yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
The like RuneScape has been free to play ever since it came out.
But then
Used to be
again,
a
if you bought the
fantastic game.
game and it included everything, and I still play it for years, I still paid that one price
Yeah.
But the problem is, though, like
instead of
With-
paying for all this microtransaction
no, but
shit for
in
years.
typical game fashion, though, if it's an online game nowadays, yes, the populators there, usually the servers will stay up. But like, if there's no money coming in, then there's less incentive for those servers to be maintained better and everything else.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, if people aren't playing it anymore, then it's more costly to keep running the servers, right?
Yeah.
Which is why, obviously, they implement peer-to-peer hosting.
Well, with Diablo
then-
3, even you play online, even if you're playing single player. So like if my internet goes down, I can't even 90% of the time I'm just playing a solo session because if my character's out of whack in terms of level from people who are actually playing, I physically can't play without the internet.
Yeah.
Like, you have to sign into Battle.net. You have to, you know what I mean? Like,
My Star Wars game I'm playing, you have to be signed in. It's a mobile app game that needs to be signed in all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of, well...
same with like a lot of games nowadays. Like, it's just the way it has to be.
Yeah.
So
And fair enough. I mean, I think they feel that like login verification is the way of the future. Like you have to be 100% all the time, proving that you are you playing the game, right? And as a security feature, but it's not quite at that supremely polished stage yet.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot of issues with
it's too much data being sent.
people always being logged in.
Yeah.
The thing I love, SOTOR, right, is it has your basic login and your password, and then you can get the authenticator. You can get that through the Old Republic, right?
Mhm.
But I don't have that,
Right.
and when I enter my password, hit enter to start the game, they say we sent you an email with the password. please type in the password in the email.
So they make you authenticate it anyway.
Anyway, so yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh, one more thing about Bike Assault. There is a constant ad floating above the screen. At all times, just like a banner across.
Is it in the way?
No, they adjust for it. There's just a gap there when the ad's loading, and then it just pops in.
Can you upgrade
like
to
a
get rid of it?
No.
There's no paid
I
version?
don't think so. Not that I found.
So, all right.
So fuck that game.
So not a recommendation.
It's a maybe if you like that sort of thing.
If you like ads floating in your
wait a
face.
minute.
It's for
I just-
Farmville too.
I just remember this one feature about this game that makes me think it sucks now.
Apps with Marty, there we went.
Still going.
All right. The Halo composer, Marty
Huh?
Martin O'Donnell.
Apparently he's been fired.
Without leave, so he said. Or without cause, I mean.
Yes, without cause. So I guess he tweeted, "I'm saddened to say that Bungie's board of directors terminated me without cause on April 11th, 2014." So he's done like some of the greatest work for Halo.
Everything that people know, like all the music from Halo, that's his stuff.
And he was also working on Destiny. So
So
I don't know what's
who's the
going
music
on.
director now?
yeah, I don't know. And where's he going? I don't know where he's going. But this is a response from Bungie. They said, "For more than a decade, Marty O'Donnell filled our worlds with unforgettable sounds and soundtracks and left an indelible mark on our fans. Today, as friends, we say goodbye. We know that wherever his journey takes him, he will always have a bright and hopeful future." So it's a bit unclear what's going on, but
Clearly
do you think
something
this is a
happened
mistake?
if he felt prompted to take such a tone with it. Clearly
Who?
something happened. Marty.
Yes.
If he wanted to make an angry tweet like that, or
He's saying without cause.
a passive-aggressive tweet like that, saying, basically they kicked me out, and then they're saying, "Oh no, it was all on level ground." If it was on level ground, then he would have said the same thing.
Level ground legally, probably.
Yeah.
But what reason would you have to
They
fire
said
him?
as
Was he?
friends they parted.
What if if an executive didn't like him, get out? I don't like you, get out.
Well, it's a
right?
board decision though. It's not just one executive.
I know, but I mean, if that guy is like, if that guy brings a lot to the table, like I bring all these donations or something in, and I don't like this guy, get him out of here, or I'm not bringing all this stuff to the table anymore. All right, get out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it was it.
It's hard to say. I know.
There had to have been something pretty serious if they wanted to get rid of a guy with 10 years history with them.
Yeah,
Maybe they were just changing directions. Maybe.
and he wasn't fitting in with their
Perhaps it
direction.
was becoming a little Halo-like.
They want they
Maybe
they
he
kind of
got
want
stuck
to
in
step
his
away from
ways.
that.
Yeah, they don't
mean,
want to be known as
yeah.
the Halo guys.
I mean, they did slap the title all across Destiny saying from the creators of Halo, so it's
Well, of
not
course, that's
they've
how you
forgotten
sell
right?
it,
Yeah.
but they don't want to be known as that. You
Yeah.
know, I've always wondered that. What happens when you hire someone and they don't like, and they're that ingrained in your company, and then it's like they're not fitting in. So it must be a hard decision, actually. I think.
David Hayter.
Huh?
David Hayter.
The Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one still bothers me.
Getting rid
Something
of
must have
David Hayter.
happened there. Or Kojima wants to make movies, and so he hired a Hollywood star
Well,
just because he's so obsessed with making movies.
Kiefer Sutherland did mocap though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is David Hayter a good physical actor?
Now that I think about it, I don't know what David Hayter really looks like.
He looks like
He kind of looks like Snake.
Kind of looks like Snake.
Really.
A little bit. He could play Snake in a
He
movie.
could pass as Snake
In a movie, yeah.
if he just.
Because most characters are based off their voice actors.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, John DiMaggio doesn't look anything like Marcus Phoenix, but that's a whole.
You can find some similarities.
That's a
There's always
whole
some
another-
similarities.
Coltrane does though.
Yes, he absolutely does. He definitely does look like him. Just a huge black guy. It's awesome. So perfect.
All right, well, yeah, we wish him good luck as well. Who knows where he's going to go.
His name's like my name.
Yeah, so hope we'll keep creating awesome music. So now, Matt, you played the first Amazing Spider-Man game. This is the one based off the new Spider-Man movies from Sony.
right.
You
right,
played the
yep.
first one, right?
Yep.
Well, good?
It was pretty good.
So yeah, the second one's coming out alongside the movie. I think it also ties in with the story again.
It is a sequel to the game, I believe. which is slightly different than the movies.
Yeah, it's slightly different.
But the first game follows
The movie.
the movie.
It follows the movie, but it's modified more so just to be
A game.
a
right?
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's a direct sequel to that game and not related to the movie? It's the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I think again it follows a similar structure to the movie, but not necessarily restricted to it.
Like,
Yeah.
are we going to see like Electro in Amazing the game?
You might. There was a Rhino though in the first game, though, wasn't there?
I think there
And
was.
he was just
It's
a
been a
guy.
while. Yeah.
He wasn't a mech like he is in the movie.
Well, here's what's interesting. So yeah, the next game's coming out basically for most of the consoles except for the Xbox One. Excuse me. So they first noticed this when Australia began canceling game pre-orders. Now, first of all, I want to know who pre-orders The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I pre-ordered the last
Who
Amazing
doesn't?
Spider-Man.
I'm sure they'll have them in stock when you arrive.
100%, but I didn't care.
So yeah, this is I guess they're trying to fix this because right now, for some reason, it's not coming out on Xbox One. This is a statement from Activision. We are working with Microsoft in an effort to release the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game on Xbox One. Currently, the game will be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo 3DS, and the PC on April 29th, 2014, as previously announced. So, no real reason why it's not on Xbox One. Any guesses?
I want to guess they did something against policy, or it does something maybe they didn't test it with the Kinect. You know, when they connected the Kinect or something like that, it was like, holy crap, this is crashing.
Do you think it's like a hardware failure? Like
It could be something like really bad.
they're having trouble coding for the Xbox One?
I was gonna say, it's probably a coding error.
Like it might be something as simple as like, oh, when you have your Kinect on, the game won't boot up, and then since it won't boot up, you can't update to fix it anyway.
This happened last gen with Skyrim on PS3.
Yeah, it was a
Like,
disaster.
Sony sent like techs to Bethesda to try to fix this game on the PS3. It was bad.
Yeah, it was really
I would
bad.
I would step on water.
You couldn't step in
and
water
the
without
game
the game
would
freezing.
freeze.
Yep.
Awful.
Which is pretty bad considering there's a pretty major part of the Thieves Guild where you have to be in water.
There's like caves that just have
Yeah.
water down
Yeah,
the whole
just
thing.
puddles down it. So you walk in, well, puddles, see you later. Can't
Yeah.
go in here. Yeah.
I don't even know if it works now. I don't know.
It does. Yeah.
But it
fixed a
was
year
bad
ago or so.
time, man.
It's
Still-
enough to put people off.
Yes.
I know when I worked at
Like-
EB Games, there was a lot of PS3 copies of Skyrim returned. There's a lot of them.
Sad. Because it's such a good game too.
Hopefully they traded it in for the PC version.
The PC version.
Hopefully. At least that's doable.
PC version looks nice.
Come on, man. Mod support. How can you not?
I've not done mods yet. I'm a bit nervous about them.
It's just the potential is what draws me to it. Because people could code for anything in these mods.
Mm-hmm. You like downloading the nudie ones, right? That's what you like.
The what?
Okay, move on. Next story here. Creator of the Oculus Rift headset, 21 years old. That's how old we are. This guy's made it a company that sold for, how much was it?
$2 billion?
2 billion? Was it 2 billion?
$5 billion? I can't remember now.
$2 billion.
2 billion to Facebook. 21 years old. Can you believe that?
You guys want
That's
to
pretty
do
good.
something like
We
that?
gotta get on something.
All right,
Wanna
close the show.
Want to make a VR headset?
We're tearing apart the studio.
So this guy's named Palmer Lucky.
Call it a day.
He
headset?
told Hip Hop Gamer, this was at PAX East, that he said he would have been skeptical about the Facebook deal if he were just like us on the outside of what's going on. So this is a quote from him: "Knowing behind the scenes what's going on and what we need money to do and what we're going to be able to do with this deal, I know for myself that it's the best that we could possibly do. So if people give us some time, I think they'll agree with us. A year from now, everyone, I think, even a lot of the doubters, will look and say, you know what? They really did make the best choice."
I am gonna still be skeptical because I've heard that before, even.
But they're always trying to promote their product, obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's not going to come out and say, you know what, I made a bad call, but it got me a lot of money. So
But is he just
see you later,
saying that
guys.
maybe Facebook can bring the money in to make better things?
Well, they certainly have a good hold on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly a lot of advertising can happen.
Do you think on the games? You're not thinking that.
No, probably not. I don't think we're going to see too many Facebook ads that are like, now on the Oculus Rift. Buy one now.
Because that's one of the things that made me angry when they first announced this deal was happening. Is that everyone's like, oh, I'm going to see ads all over the place, and I'm going to get we're going to be playing like Farmville and Oculus Rift and stuff. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. It doesn't make sense, you know?
One of my friends says something similar to they're gonna do something like since it's social, like see through my eyes. So they'll have like something where like a person like walks through their house or something, for example, and takes that recording. You can go into an app and say play what this person has posted. You can see what they've done.
Can't you do that without a virtual headset?
Absolutely.
No, but this is like a first person like thing. I guess it's more innovative. That's what they said. Like he just said it was just like a stupid example he just thought up. He's like that's like what else could be social?
No,
you know what I mean?
but
you could wear
here's what I'm
wear a
confused by.
GoPro and do the same thing.
You don't. If you can't move around his house,
What's
and
the point
you're
of
just
the VR?
following his path, you just need a
No,
little box
like
on
like
your
you can follow
screen.
his path, but then for example, like say for example, you're like, wait, what the heck was that? You pause and you could like look around. And, like,
How is that
pause.
possible?
He doesn't know. He just said like
You would need
what
like a
else could
whole
be social?
camera set.
It was just like
going
something.
around
It
your
was just
head.
something blurted. It was literally just something blurted.
This just in, they're teaming up with Google Maps.
Yeah,
Yep, that's it.
or one of those 360 cameras they
Ooh.
got, where you can actually play the
There
video
you go, man.
and look around in 360 degrees. You need one of those.
Google will buy
That's crazy,
Facebook, and then
man.
Oculus Rift to be owned by Google. You can then Oculus Rift anywhere in the world because of Google Maps.
I don't think Google has the money to buy Facebook.
Ship it and sell it.
Maybe they do.
Probably do.
I'll have to look.
I don't
it
think
up.
Google keeps much on hand.
Yeah, they probably only care like $50 in their pocket.
Let me see how much Facebook worth. Talk about something.
Okay. So anyway, going back to your bike games that you were talking about, it made me think of how the new Trials game came out on the
Got
Xbox
it.
Live Arcade and the PSN.
Facebook is worth 150 billion, so Google doesn't have that much. I can tell you that
I
right
don't
now.
think so.
They can't buy Facebook.
All right.
Anyway, Oculus Rift they've sold 25,000 dev kits. This is the dev kit 2, and 60,000 of the original. Those are just dev kits, so that's pretty good.
That's just
That
people that,
that shows a lot of interest in it.
Well, there's a lot of promise for those games, like the one I was talking about last time I was here, the Dolphin School, where you like have to cheat off the other dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Like stuff like that, right? Like
Yeah.
you'll get some pretty clever developers if they can get into the system and figure out how it works,
Mhm.
and then once they get their roots in and then they're comfortable with programming for it, then there's lots and lots of potential.
Yeah.
It's a whole new platform. It's like I don't know. It's something new.
My only fear is that if it's just a novelty, if it's just one of those deals where, I put this on, I look around a house,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Right.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think
We haven't seen like the big
I think
extensive games
That's
yet.
kind of like the mobile game equivalent of it, right? Like it's just like some Xbox Live Arcade title that you can buy for $1 that's just like this one gimmick, and then
Yeah.
like you played it once, thanks for your $1 kind of thing,
Roller
right?
coaster simulator.
Yeah, right. Like you could just
I've
just
seen
walk-
that one guy do that, and he was freaking out.
you can just ride the one roller coaster. Right?
Yeah, he hates roller coasters, and they put him on it on the Oculus Rift, and he was freaking out.
That would be
wasn't
very
scary.
surreal because you wouldn't feel like the air rushing past you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't feel the G-forces. You would literally just be watching.
Maybe they had
a
fans on
video.
them. Just to really freak him out.
Like, shake his chair around.
Reminds me of that stupid Doritos commercial where he goes in that time machine and,
And he
inserts
goes
the
out, the
Doritos,
old
and
man's
the,
there.
The guy,
Billy, you're so old.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one cool thing, Sony has their, I don't want to say competitor, but response, I guess, to Oculus Rift.
Morpheus.
That's it, thank you. And the one cool thing I saw is they have it combined with the PlayStation Move.
I was gonna say it's
Say what you will about PlayStation Move, but it was like a Skyrim type deal where he had like a sword and a shield, and he was like fighting with it while having the
headset
on, and it was basically like he was in like a.
I gotta
was
say,
crazy.
like that's the kind of thing where people are like, "Oh, that's such a gimmick." Blah blah blah. That'd be like cool one time. How would that not be fun ever? That
Yeah.
would be awesome
I
if
think
you
so.
had 2 PlayStation Move things, right? Or even just one. Like I'm sure they would have some sort of recognition that you had like another hand, right?
Well, I think you would need the nunchuck type deal with the analog stick to move around.
Yeah.
but
The navigation controller.
Thank you, Marty, with all the Sony names here.
That's a technical
Yeah.
over there. I don't know. That'd be cool. Like, absolutely, I would try Skyrim like that.
Mhm.
I mean, it would take a little while getting used to, right? It's funny. People always go on and on. As soon as the Oculus Rift was announced, it was like, oh, Skyrim on the Oculus Rift or
Yeah.
on the Morpheus or whatever. It just seems like people really want a big immersive world like that they can literally immerse themselves in and get lost. And I don't know, it's kind of cool.
I think so. Yeah.
The only thing though, it'd be very surreal if it had the same controls. You hit a button and then it's third person, but you're like looking at yourself in third person.
Well, that was a big topic.
That's right.
People were wondering if third-person games could work on Oculus Rift, and some people are trying that. They're saying
I
you
could
can
see
do
Oh,
that.
that's
how it-
freaky.
I could see
Yeah.
how it could work,
But it's not the point of the Oculus Rift.
Because you would just be in a perspective looking at a person, and that perspective is following the person as like a flying camera.
My brain would explode.
Yeah, I don't know, because you'd be like, I'm controlling this person, but also that reminds me of a video that the popular web series and
Day One Patch?
yeah, absolutely. The slightly less popular company, Rooster Teeth.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They have a series. They've had a series that is actually just rebooting its second season called Immersion, where they put their employees or test subjects, that was air quotes there, into situations where, like, real life situations that happen in games all the time. So they do things like guys carrying like 30 different guns just on them, like characters do in video games, that kind of thing. Like Doom, the guy has like 8 different guns on him. So they give a guy a pistol, they give a guy a shotgun, they give him a rocket launcher, a chain gun, and he's just like got like 200 pounds of equipment on him, and he can't even move, like just things like that, right? So they did one for driving a car GTA style.
Oh no.
So they blacked out all the windows in the car, and they in front of the driver's, like the steering wheel, they put a screen that was connected to a camera that was up and behind the car. So it was like on a pole from the top of the car to the back, looking down at the car in like a perspective, like
that's amazing.
If you were driving in GTA, right? So then they had to do this obstacle course driving the car that they were looking at.
Oh,
that's amazing.
So it's like super cool, and like
that's
obviously
the Oculus Rift I want.
Yeah, obviously first off they were like so thrown off, right? Because you're not used to being like whoa as you're like like flying across your seat as you're like looking at a game screen, right? So I don't know. I think like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's very, very cool. Sort of that thing going on.
All right, let's move on. Jade Raymond, she's one of the bosses at Ubisoft. This is a statement from her. She's saying, not all gamers are teenage boys, and even teenage boys want more than that. And what she's talking about is what they say, chainsaws and girls in bikinis in video games. So not all gamers are teenage boys, and even the teenage boys want more than that.
Yeah. This is some partial.
I'd have to agree, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to play a game with a chainsaw or a girl in a bikini.
That's fine, but like not
or a
every
lollipop chainsaw. You just basically have.
There
both.
you go.
You have both. That's right. Another quote from her. I don't like the assumption that all people who play games want big chainsaws and women in bikinis. It's like, really? Not all gamers. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. The video game world is improving too. We're seeing some variety. Now it's interesting. She brought up Grand Theft Auto has been doing a good job picking interesting main characters in recent years, like the new immigrant underdog.
I guess that's supposed to be Trevor.
I feel like the GTA 4.
GTA 4, yeah.
I feel like GTA 4.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, okay.
Nico.
There still isn't a game where you get to play an old lady. That's my dream.
That would be pretty rad.
You
actually.
can use the old lady as a weapon in Worms Armageddon.
That doesn't.
That's
count.
a little
That doesn't
weird.
count. But I think I agree with all that.
Yeah,
Old lady.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Gears of War 3 has an old lady you can play. I
That's
think
it.
I just
Email
blew
Jade
everyone's- I
Raymond.
think I just blew everyone's minds.
No, what part?
In Gears of War 3, her name is Bernie. She's a sniper. You play her just like any other character, but she's an old lady that you can play.
Wait, is this in the campaign or is this?
And in multiplayer.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Gears of War 3, she was at the fort with Colonel...
I have to be honest, I don't remember anything
I don't
about any of those games.
But yeah.
I remember being inside something big one
So-
time.
She's like Australian.
Like a worm or
she has like
something.
braid hair. Anyway.
All right, moving on. So yeah, I guess we're all settled on that.
I guess that's that.
that story there.
No opposing that one.
All right.
Next story here. Sony reports 7 million PlayStation 4 consoles sold worldwide. Now that is sold, not shipped. That's in the consumer's hands.
I don't know what's going on here. Why every single person I hear about says they buy a PS4 and it just sits there, but yet everyone keeps buying PS4s.
I think it's a matter of everybody's buying it because everybody's got one.
I've enjoyed my PS4. I say it's a Netflix machine because that's pretty much majority of what I do on it. But I also have a buttload of games on there that I've played.
How many is a buttload?
Maybe like 15.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, no, I've absolutely enjoyed my time with the PS4. It's just that my time has been limited compared to a lot of other things.
Mhm.
Right?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. If I don't know if anyone else's experiences are there, but if you have an Xbox One and you have a PS4, you play on the Xbox One for a long time, and the PS4 controller hurts my hands.
Hurts your hands.
Hurts my hands. Yes.
Wow.
Well, I will say that if anybody asked you to pantomime holding a controller, that's exactly how the Xbox One controller fits in your hands.
I don't think so.
I hold it.
For me,
Why do
anyway.
I hold it weird?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like you're doing like a Wii remote thing here.
I think I'm
Oh,
milking a
not the
cow over here.
Wiimotes.
Yeah, this is definitely.
Wait, is this how you hold your control?
But yeah, if you just like
neck.
stick your hands out, like you're holding a controller, right?
No, I think
That's
you're
how it
being
fits.
biased here with your thumb placement.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, okay. Like
You gotta
that.
bend your thumb
There you
backwards.
go.
Yeah,
I think I'm
I-
holding an NES controller.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Square box.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good point. Maybe it's just what I've grown up with, but
A lot of people say that they prefer
It's
it like
comfortable.
that, but it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't find this comfortable. The sticks at the bottom.
It's not that far at the bottom. But
No, your thumbs
wait,
aren't horizontal, but I don't.
Especially not on PS4.
With your Xbox controller, one thumb is where the Sony one is,
Right.
and you have the other one up a bit.
Yeah, that's the stick, but
That's not necessarily better.
a lot of games have your thumb on a stick and then your other thumb on the buttons. A lot of the time. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's a big thing that people who like to complain about the Xbox controller, it's like, oh, the sticks are in different spots. Yeah, well, I'm not keeping my thumb on the right stick the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd like have my thumbs on the buttons, and then if I want to turn my view, switch to the stick and then back to the buttons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just me, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless
All
it's a game that requires using both sticks, like Brother or Tale of Two Brothers or whatever it's called.
Brother Tale of Two Sons.
Tale of Two Sons,
Right?
that's the one.
Is
Yep.
that it?
Yep.
Infamous Second Son. I don't know what it is.
Tale of Two Cities.
But the controllers don't really matter. They're both good, decent controllers.
Yeah, they're both comfortable. I find the PS4 is a lot better than the PS3.
Definitely. A huge improvement there. But yeah, I think the recent report of the Xbox One sales was 5 million. Is that correct?
5 million shipped, I thought.
5 million shipped. So there's about, I think I heard 500 million sitting on store shelves.
500 million?
Huh?
You said 500 million
500
sitting on
million?
store shelves.
500,000, you mean?
500,000. 500. Oh, they're doing real
They're
bad
just-
at 500
they're just
million.
showing it. Like Walmart's like, please don't. No, just we got 10 more trucks on the way. Like you.
Our storeroom is filled with Xbox One.
That'd be bad. Oh man.
Why did we buy so many?
But just to incite the whole war, these are both good numbers for both Sony and Microsoft. Because compared with their
I wish
last,
I could sell 4.5 million of anything.
yeah, compare with their last generation sales numbers, they're blowing it out of the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is far exceeding last generation sales, despite not a lot of big games on these consoles.
Yeah, I find the PS3 launch was much better than PS4 launch.
Really?
First year, anyway.
First year, yeah.
Dead Rising 3 is fantastic.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of good. Well, there are some good launch titles this generation. I will say.
Better than most. Like people thought it was a bad launch generation, but you never had a Call of Duty and a Battlefield
That's
on
true.
launch.
That's
Think
very
about
true.
that. I mean, like that's crazy.
I never wanted that though.
Well, you might have wanted
Some people want.
you might have wanted it 4 years ago. But
Also, Watch Dogs could have been in our hands already.
goddamn.
Could have been playing that since
God,
November.
You could have, but it wouldn't have been as good.
That's all right. I still don't think it's going to be as good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it, and the first thing gonna happen is be like, wait, did it just? Oh, it just froze. All right, and
it is a
reboot.
bit worrisome that it's taken this long. How it was supposed to launch then, and then such a huge delay. It is a bit worrisome.
That's a long time ago now.
Yeah, I'm scared of that.
Because these consoles launched in November, right?
See, the beauty of buying games not at full price is that you get them
Yeah, outta
after
here.
all the
You can just
patches.
I don't
leave.
wait 4
all
years.
the patches.
I ain't
All-
waiting 4 years.
Game works flawless.
I can wait 4 years.
I can't do it because I want to play Watch Dogs now. I've already purchased it.
Me too. I just purchased one too.
Yeah. It was on sale for pre-order, so I did it.
I'll play it on PS3 like 3 years from now.
PS3.
God damn.
All right.
God damn.
Sony is looking into giving you a discount. I guess like one of those early or those upgrade fees for going from PS3 to PS4 for The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, that's
I
gonna
would-
have a PS4 release.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't you listen to the podcast?
Nope.
We announced it last week.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't keep up with that.
Breaking news.
No, that's it. Tim's off the show. Get him out of here.
All right. See you later. Thanks for having me.
I think that'd be good. I want to play it on PS4, but
It
I'm
certainly
having,
would look good. It looked good on PS3.
Yeah,
It would
definitely.
look pretty freaking good on
Yeah.
PS4.
But I just don't want to pay full retail price for a game I already own So I think if they do this upgrade thing, that'd be nice.
Kind of similar to what they did for the launch of the.
For the launch of it, yeah, they already did
Yeah,
that for Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You pay the $10 and you get the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it was $10 in a trade, though, wasn't it?
Was it a trade?
No. There's $10. It was through Sony themselves.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what EB Games or GameStop had set up. But yeah, there you go. And our last story for this week, our one Nintendo story.
Last and definitely least.
No, this is people love this,
Hey,
man.
now.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
A Wii U bundle has been seen online, and it's a standard. You get the standard Wii U, the black one, the black one,
The only one.
the only one.
Oh yeah.
32 gigabytes of
32
storage.
gig, yeah.
Copy the game and a 1 week trial of Nintendo's Wii U karaoke app.
What the hell is that?
Karaoke app?
No idea, but anyway.
May I say that it's a waste of ink, paper, and resources to print a new box for Wii U with Mario Kart 8 on it, only to have it sit on store shelves and not sell.
Is that Matt worrying about the environment? I mean,
Oh no, I'm worried about money here, and I want to jab at Nintendo. Let's be honest here.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
bundles is the way to go for them right now, especially with something like Mario Kart.
Yeah. I mean, look how many Wii's sold when Wind Waker HD came out.
Yeah, I think now would be the kind of the time to get your Wii U on.
It's true.
You got your Donkey Kong you can go pick up
Tropical
right now.
Freeze, you can get
A couple Mario games you can go pick up right now.
Rayman.
Rayman you can go pick up.
Lego City Undercover.
Zombie.
no.
Zombie
That's a pretty
U.
good game.
It's good, but I don't know.
It's like Lego GTA. Come on, man.
And then you got Mario Kart coming out, and then you got Smash Bros coming out.
Zombie U.
Zombie U is fantastic.
It's all right.
No, we're talking about games that people want. So,
Oh,
hey
that's
now.
it. Oh,
Hey now.
okay.
Taking some jabs.
so I mean, like if you're a Nintendo fan, it's a pretty good time to go pick one up if you don't have one already. You know.
Also question why you are a Nintendo fan and reassessed.
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
Trying to be
saying.
nice to Nintendo for once.
All I played was Nintendo games this week.
You know what? I liked Nintendo up until my Wii U broke due to a Nintendo.
And then you just become this.
What
this-
about your 30 Xboxes that broke?
If it says Microsoft
no, man.
on it,
Microsoft's still good.
yeah.
No,
if it says
still good.
Microsoft on it, I pay for it.
Oh.
See, that is just blatant, ungrounded fanboyism right there.
Yeah.
100%.
That is exactly
correct.
what that is.
100% correct.
Yeah.
You became a real cranky Kong after your Wii U broke.
Hey now.
That's it. Nope. I quit.
Remember when he took over Twitter?
Who?
Cranky Kong took over Nintendo's Twitter account. It was weird. It was really.
I don't
weird.
think he would know how to operate Twitter.
Did you get a bunch of like smashing of the thing keyboard?
he all he did was post memes. It was
That's really stupid.
It was really weird. You should go check it out.
What the fuck did Nintendo do? Like,
Because freaking Cranky Kong's going to be posting Doge all over their Twitter.
Yeah. No, it was his own memes. They were Cranky
Oh.
Kong memes.
Cranky memes. Gets
So
his
they
own
said
game,
he
doesn't
took-
make a big deal out of it.
Now, did Nintendo tweet first and say Cranky Kong has taken over our Twitter?
For like a week.
They said that?
Yeah.
Were they
sorry
being-
guys, but Cranky Kong
Wait.
taking over our shit for a week.
Were they trying to be jokingly real, or was it like they're just saying that we'll be tweeting as Cranky Kong from?
Like an official statement.
Yeah, I'm confused.
From
on this.
now on, all tweets by Cranky Kong. Like,
Like, I can see Cranky Kong coming on there and being like, "Yeah, I took over Nintendo's Twitter. Here's a meme."
now what will I do with my newfound power? Here's a meme.
Instead of, did they announce it first?
Yeah, they announced it first.
Oh no!
So Cranky Kong's just a bit of a narcissist then, if he's just
Yeah.
posting pictures of himself, thinking that they're funny.
Man,
I had a good chuckle.
Then that's a weird move.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo, I understand you're from Japan, but come on now.
all right. Well, that's all we got for this week of Day One Patch. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
No thanks.
Thank you, Matt.
Oh,
Thank you, Marty.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Adriano,
Thank you.
wherever he may be.
he's dead.
Spirit.
As I always say, he's off fighting terrorists in his Iron Man suit.
He's dead.
Does he have
Is
an
that what
Iron
you
Man
always say?
Whenever someone asks me where you were when you never showed up to school or something, I would always say you're off fighting terrorists in your Iron Man suit.
What the heck is going on here?
suit?
Okay.
Do you,
Just to build
Do you
up the legend of
do you have
Marty
one?
Asmus.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
do you have an Iron Man suit?
No.
Well, you ruined it. You ruined everything.
The magic was ruined.
I fought for the terrorists, though.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, that's it.
Counter-terrorists.
Call SEAL Team 6. Anyway, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We are
Find us
now
on Pinterest.
we are now available on iTunes, SoundCloud,
And
Podcast Garden.
And we post this podcast 6 seconds at a time on Vine.
God,
so you can just go through and
Yeah,
watch.
just watch all our vines.
That'd be so much. That'd be
We
bad.
vine a lot. Is
Yeah.
that what they say? Is it
that
an
the verb?
adjective?
Is that
It
how
is
to
actually.
vine?
I think it is.
I'm vining right now.
See how old we're getting? We don't even know
Through the
what Vine's
grapevine?
doing.
I heard it through the vine.
Also, subscribe to us on YouTube. We do a lot more than just podcasts on there.
Day One Patch Podcast. YouTube.com/ reverse those.
Tim
You got
knows.
it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He knows, but it was backwards. Yoda speak.
www.youtube.com/ Day One Patch Podcast.
That's it. So go hit that subscribe button on iTunes, on YouTube, and on SoundCloud. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Peace.